Most traders struggle trading at all-time highs because you're always looking for the reversal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly trade at all-time highs. This is a quick trade that I took just last night, made about a little over 50 points, and I'm going to go into the methodology that I use in order to make this trade. If you're somebody who typically struggles trading at all-time highs, make sure you watch this video until the end. If you're new here, my name is Forrest. I'm a day trader. I'm an investor. I also co-own the largest podcast studio in the country, The Move Miami, where many of the traders that you see here on YouTube film their content. I feel super blessed to be in this position, uniquely positioned in order to network with all of them and to have the opportunity to teach some stuff to you. Trading has changed my life and it's how I've been able to do all of this. Enough about me though, let's go ahead and get into the video. These videos, the way I like to do them is I like to just get to the point. So thanks for coming. We're gonna get right into it. Open up some notes. So the first thing that we need to do is a quick little recap on what the volume profile is. I trade the volume profile. I'm very reliant on it, really because I'm an auction market theory trader. So just as a recap, when I talk about an auction, when I use the term auction, I'm talking about these bars on the chart, okay? These deltas in the volume profile, okay? Now, I trade futures and I also trade options on very often indices as well as equities that are in play based all off of the same strategy, okay? There's some nuance here and there, but the reason that I care so much about these auctions is that it tells us where people are positioned, okay? So there's a few things that when we know where people are positioned, there's two things that we know. We know when they are break even. We also know when they are red, and we know, okay, when they are very green. And you can use yourself as an example. You don't need to go and do a bunch of sentiment analysis. I think a lot of people overcomplicate this. Okay, have you ever been in a trade? Let's just go back in time a little bit. Okay, right here. Have you ever been in a trade? We see a lot of selling on the 1 hour, so we go short. What happens immediately as the market moves away from you? Now you're in a state of panic, okay? So this is what we call a trapped short, okay? Now, if we want to ask the question, okay, I might be trapped. How many other people are trapped here? Well, we can look at the volume profile and we can see that this is actually kind of a thin area, right? We actually failed to go into this area of the chart here that had a lot more participation, okay? So let me actually zoom out and we'll just look at this. There's a lot more participation down here. If we go back even further in time, we might look and see if there's any other candles there, but there aren't any, okay? So at this point in time, there's low participation. The market is moving higher. So there's trapped shorts here, but there aren't that many. And this is pretty important. We just want to know how many people, how strong of a reaction can we expect? If we did break into this level, okay, this area here where there's a large node, let me get rid of this old level here. We actually don't need this. We don't need the trend line either. We don't need any of this stuff. What we would expect is for the market to actually just transact or run through this liquidity, probably down to this low down here, traversing this entire auction to go ahead and clean up the people who were trapped here. So every single low, pivot low, gives us trapped shorts. Every single pivot high gives us trapped longs, and we can use the volume profile to see how many people or how important any one of these traps or edges is. We're not going to go into a whole video on that right now, but you understand what it's like to be trapped and be red. You also understand what it's like to be trapped and be green. So let's do this on the other side. Okay, let's find a trapped long. Let's imagine that I'm somebody who went green here. Went long here. Now I'm red. We're in an uptrend though, and this is also why you should trade with the market. This is really important for the concept of this video. Trade the trend. I'm red, but if I go long in an uptrend, very, very important point here is that I will go green. Okay, I eventually will go green. And you'll notice that something happens here after we sweep this level. Let me go back. This is going to be our first lesson of the video. Okay, let's just go back and actually do this whole trade again. Okay, we're gonna go forward a little bit slower. Instead of advancing by 1 hour, I want you to do this on your chart too. Go ahead and open up the replay tool and trading view. You can go to the Friday, May 22nd day, okay, on the 1 hour. Okay, we're gonna go to the 4 o'clock candle, Eastern Standard Time. And I want you to go ahead and go long, okay, at this point in time. Now, I went long at this point in time, and I want my TP to be maybe just the previous high, okay, all-time highs. Okay, we could also do the high of the day here. We're just gonna go for this high up here at 29,786. And I'll put my stop We just won't even have a stop for now. Let's ignore that side of the equation for now. We don't know how much we're risking, but we do how much we're gaining. So I want to talk about your emotional state here. And this is why auction market theory is so important. So I'm red, I'm freaking out. 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 The market's still going, right? What happens as we get closer? And I want you to think about the last time you're in your account. You've been red for a while, and as the market finally comes back to your entry, what do you start to consider, right? We know when they are break even, okay? And we can use the volume profile to see how many people are in any given position, okay? We know when they're break even. So what happens is that the market comes back up, traverses this auction, we get to our entry right here, okay? And now I might actually exit. And what you'll see here is around the point of control, okay? This is very close to the point of control, this red line where most of the transactions are. You'll often see these whipsaws. You can see that how many times it retested the POC, then kind of shifted, right? As people are marketing in and out of their positions, right, around the point of control in the middle of this node here for this session. There's something else that happens too, though, at every edge in the market. All of these edges, whether they're in the point of control, okay, you can see here we get the little reaction once we get into the middle of the auction there. We'll advance forward. Okay, we exhaust 70% the one standard deviation, which is right here, this box right here. Okay, we exhaust that, we get another reaction. Let's see what happens once we actually sweep this high. So we swept the high here. Let's just call this at 29,665. We sweep the high, and immediately we get this action. Now, why do we think that this is? Now, fundamentally, there's two things here that could be happening. This is what I call the last man or last woman, last person here. These people who were long, you're going to get sell side pressure here for two people. You're going to get all the people who were trapped long, who are finally getting out, okay, here, as well as people who are exceptionally green are all going to show up as market aggressors on the sell side. So what that gives us are 4 key areas every single day that we care about, which are the prior day high, the prior day low, overnight high, and the overnight low. And then we have our VP edges, okay, the volume profile edges, which are going to be the POC node, as well as the large visible nodes. And we're looking for confluence between these. The best trades are where we have confluence with these prior day highs and lows, where we know we're going to get these these aggressors. We want to play that into the overall trend. Okay, the trend is our friend. It doesn't matter how much TA or technical analysis you do. Market's going up right now. So just keep that in mind first. The foundation of everything I'm about to say is the market is going up right now. And be very clear. Sometimes people get stuck in the TA sauce. They're like, well, it's like, you saw that I longed and I was red and I'm green. That's the most important part of all of this, okay? So we're trying to position into the major trend. All of this is so that we can position into the major trend. Cool. So we have our foundation. Let's get out of the replay and get to the current day. Quick little VP crash course. If you want more, go check out my other videos, please. Go over to learnvpe.com. I have a 30-minute video where I break down the entire system there as well. Cool. So overnight, this is the trade that I took. Basically, we gapped up, which is pretty crazy. We gap up overnight here. We'll just do the gap. We'll start with the gap up candle. So we'll start with on the 5-minute chart. Let's just actually go, and that's fine. So the market's running away hot here, and your immediate reaction might be, man, I got to short this thing. Okay, I got to short. What? It's just going against me. It's going against me. No, you should not be shorting. Okay, if you stayed short, what ultimately is going to happen here is that you end up very red. The market is running hot right now. This is a very bullish move. I know there's a gap here and everyone's like, gap's going to get filled and you just can't wait to short it to fill this gap. 1, not every gap gets filled. Okay, very important. 2, it may get filled eventually. It could be tomorrow in 2 weeks, 2 months. Right now is what we have is a current set of participation or behaviors happening. So there's some accumulation, okay, of volume here. This is the session volume profile. And we're starting to see some activity brew in this VP. And so what I want to look for is, okay, there's 2 things I want to ask. Where does the POC node form? And can I get a retest of the bottom of the node to take a long? Okay, because we're in an uptrend. So I really want to be long biased. So I want to figure out somewhere in this node, there's a little POC node right here. Where can I get a retest along? I really want I want to see the auction do one of these. I want to see it traverse this in some way. Okay, I want to buy a dip. So I need one of those dips to buy. So the market's moving, it's moving, it's moving. There it is. Now, I'm only looking at NQ right now. There was actually, the way that I actually trade is looking at NQ and ES. So we'll go ahead and do the replay on both. Let's go back, just a candle here. Now, we have the volume profile on both of these. There's a very clear node on ES, which is much cleaner. Okay, having these side by side. And then we have this node up higher here on NQ with volume accumulated here. So really, there's a few options that I'm looking at here. So if I look at my paintbrush here, I want to see us come down to the POC, or even the value area low, traverse all of this participation, right? A liquidity grab for higher, or just down to here and down to here. However it looks, I want to long after we get a very clear traversal. So let's see what happens. ES comes down. Okay, we kind of missed it in that case, but you can see how after we get this traversal, the market immediately pops. Okay, so what I did is I actually sniped this low pretty well in real time, in real life, but I'm going too far. Okay, so let's just go back to this candle. And what I want to do is, we'll just do it here. I want to long the bottom of this node. So I'll just put a resting buy one ES. Basically what I did is I longed NQ once ES got to this level. Okay, so let's just go a little bit further, boom. So right here is where I hit buy. Okay, TP, in this case, I did a little bit past the POC, and you can see here that it was a nice little trade. So in uptrending markets, don't look for reversals. Look for ways to map liquidity using volume profile or whatever tool you want to use, and find an area where the market is most likely to do a retest. It traversed this nodes where the volume was. It traversed where the volume was at the time. It shifted via the trade. And that was the trade. Now, we had some consolidation afterwards, which is fine. You could have traded that, but I'm looking for this first move. I'm not going to talk about waves and impulses and all that in this video. It's a lot to talk about. But honestly, your trading can be very, very simple. These impulsive maneuvers, by the way, a lot of people, shit on futures. This is where options come into play. Okay, these impulsive, especially if you're playing like ones or threes, right? This is where you can get those asymmetric returns, playing the indices, looking for confluence with NQ and AMD or NVIDIA or whatever's happening. These things do move together, right? So think about that. Okay, it's the same tools. How you trade it, the product that you use to capture that, okay, and the leverage that you get is ultimately up to you. I like talking about futures because it's a very simple A to B. Okay, you can make money trading from A to B in tons of different ways. That's ultimately up to you. But if you really want to squeeze extra juice out of this, you could play the same thing with options as I do sometimes. So I hope you found this video useful. Always be looking for longs in an uptrend. Don't be the always looking for a reversal person. You will spend all your days looking for reversals, and it's just not going to go well for you. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below if you have questions. I will respond to all legitimate questions. If you have illegitimate questions, leave those down there too. I'll also respond to those. I appreciate all of you for spending a little bit of your life here trading with Forrest. And if you want to learn about my system, go ahead and check out learnvpe.com. See you in the next one. Peace.